The word of the week is solemnity.
The definition of solemnity is a state or quality of being serious and dignified.
This means that something is very serious or formal in manner, behaviour or expression.
We are usually good at celebrating big occasions, for example, birthdays, achievements, homecomings, and festivals.
However, when we think of the word solemnity, it is used for occasions that are all about seriousness and dignity.
When we have a formal ceremony, we use the word solemnity to help describe the mood. These occasions can include funerals of an important public figure or when someone important is welcomed, like the Pope coming to England.
What does solemnity mean to you?
Well, when I think of the word solemnity, Lucy, I think of the really big, important feast days of the church that we celebrate in church. So Christmas is a solemnity, Easter is a solemnity, and really what it means is about really solemn feasts. Now they're solemn, but they're feasts. So we also have to celebrate big time. So at Christmas we celebrate with having gifts. At Easter we celebrate with Easter eggs. But it's also about celebrating in church. So the church makes the services a bit longer and makes us think more about the really important things that Jesus did for us.
When do you show solemnity in your life?
Well, I show solemnity in my life when I participate in these big feast days like Christmas and Easter. But there are other times that are solemn when we experience. So sometimes, like today, when I'm going to a funeral, and that's a solemn occasion because it's serious kind of thing. So, but also with funerals, there's a celebration, because what we're doing is saying this person lived and was really good in his or her life. So we're saying thank you to God for allowing that person to be part of our lives. So it's those times. So when I participate, when I take part in feast days or days that are solemn, so sometimes we have days that are solemn in our country. So when the Queen celebrated her Jubilee, it was a solemn occasion, but it was also a festival as well. So it's something that's serious, but has got a celebration as part of it. So one of the very big solemn days for me was when I made my profession, when I said to God, yes, I'm going to live my life as a sister, and I got this ring as part of it. So it was very solemn, but we had a great party afterwards. So that's one of the big things in my life. And that I still remember, because I can remember everything that happened that day. And that's sometimes what solemnity means, that it's so important we can really remember it. Okay.
Abigail, what does solemnity mean to you?
Solemnity means to me a time when I'm serious.
Abigail, when have you shown solemnity in your life?
I've shown it during lessons and during Mass when the priest is reading the Bible. Mrs. Clayton, what does solemnity mean to you?
To me, Alistair, it means about taking things seriously and being dignified.
When have you shown solemnity in your life?
I shown solemnity when I was asked to be a godmother at a baptism, and I had to stand in front of God and the priest and answer questions and make promises, which I did so in a very dignified and serious manner.
What does solemnity mean to you?
Solemnity means to me a time where I'm not messing around and I'm concentrating.
When have you shown solemnity in your life?
I've shown solemnity during a test when I've had to concentrate and work hard.
What does solemnity mean to you? Solemnity means when I'm serious even when I don't want to be. When have you shown solemnity in your life? I had to show solemnity during my first Holy Communion.
In the Catholic Church, a solemnity is a special and important feast day such as Christmas, Easter and the Assumption of Our Lady.
We are currently in the season of Lent when we prepare for an incredibly important solemnity, Easter. Lent lasts 40 days and 40 nights, and it is a time where we prepare for Jesus dying on the cross and rising again.
We are particularly solemn during Lent as we remember all the difficult times that Jesus went through in the lead up to his crucifixion.
One of the most well-known events during Lent is the focus of Scripture this week and tells us about an occasion which for us today is a solemnity, the Last Supper. This week's scripture is from the Holy Gospel of Luke, chapter 22, verses 14 to 20.
This is my body, which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me. This cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you.
How does this scripture link to the word of the week?
At the Last Supper, the disciples were solemn as they knew it would be the last time they would be with Jesus before he died. This was a very serious occasion where Jesus and the disciples acted with great dignity even though they were scared. During the liturgy of the Eucharist in Mass, the priest repeats the words and actions of Jesus from the Last Supper, and the congregation take on the role of Jesus' disciples. At this point of the Mass, we are solemn as we remember Jesus and the sacrifice he made for us.
How does solemnity link to our school's mission statement?
When we are solemn, we take the time to be serious and speak with God, placing all of our trust in him. By doing this, we are inspired to help today and create a better tomorrow.
To reflect on the word this week, we are going to take the time to be solemn in prayer. When we are solemn, we need to take the time to be silent and thoughtful. Find somewhere in your class or school where you feel comfortable and calm. Whilst you are there, have a serious conversation with God about anything that you need to speak to him about.
This might be a time to ask for God's help, say sorry to God, or pray for those you know are in need. This is a serious private conversation between you and God.
The mission this week is to take time and be solemn during Lent. Remember the solemnity and importance of the time and prepare for the occasion of Easter.